All right, so packages. Kind of first things first, like why use packages? Why do it? Well, it's been proven over many years that it just sort of makes it easier for your customers. Think about places where you're not super familiar with what they offer. If they package a few common things up together, it kind of leads you to be able to make an easier decision. The example I always like to use on that is fast food, right? You go through a fast food line and it's a lot easier to order just a number one than it is to order a Big Mac, fries, and Coke. It just makes it convenient to put it all together. Um, from the business standpoint, right, like it gives you a great opportunity to increase your average order value. Somebody who may have just wanted photography and they think that that's all they really need, being able to just kind of put those extra offerings in front of them and just kind of be like, hey, go ahead and just go with this. Like this is really what we recommend for that style of home. Makes a pretty big difference. And it's a great way, in my opinion, to introduce some new products too. So if you are kind of toying with some new things or adding some new pieces out there, being able to just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to include this in this package for a little while so some people get some exposure to it, and then I can evaluate what the feedback is on it. It's just kind of a fun way to do that. But again, some of the big pieces there are really just that client convenience piece of making it easy for them to order more with you. So you're increasing your average order value. Um, We've been, we've got a little theme going on our last few webinars. For those of you that have been keeping up and watching them, in January we really talked about kind of the new dashboard stats and planning and what we had, what we were seeing for average order value and how to increase your average order value. And we talked a lot about adding packages in there if that was something that you weren't already doing. We had Rachel Ann from the Shooting the Shit podcast on, and we're looking at her shopping cart and how she's using packages and checking out. She had an average order value of over $800 in her area. They've got some high prices there, but she also really utilizes packages in her marketing and how she presents, and it was really great. And so now, on this webinar, right here on April Fool's Day, we've got no jokes for you today. I'm sorry. It's just regular old webinar
Oh, we
stuff.
should have come up with
Nothing.
something.
I know, I
No,
know,
missed
I
opportunity.
know. I got nothing. Jokes on you, Shae. You're going to be
I know.
presenting. You ready?
Yeah, right. All right. Here we go.
No, just going down that way, and now we're going to be talking about what's an easier way to set up packages if you aren't utilizing them in your business. The reason that we're really kind of harping on this, what maybe feels like over and over and over, is it is so important to offer packages in your business to have just an easy way to increase your average order value. It really is, and anytime that you increase your average order value, you're increasing your average client value at the same time. It's low hanging fruit. So any of you that are out there that aren't using packages, please seriously consider it. We don't get any different benefit from this other than just seeing your business succeed. That's what we're all about, is providing tools that can help you, enhance your business and kind of keep getting better and better and reaching the goals that you set out. So if you aren't, low hanging fruit to get that set up, and we've got some good suggestions for you along the way. Okay, we've talked about in some of those past webinars the power of three in framing. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as I kind of show and introduce some of these packages that we're going to create. And something that we did as we were introducing this and doing a little bit of prep for this webinar was kind of looking at what are people commonly including in packages today. And what we're seeing out there for a lot of packages is on the lower end of things. We'll see, photography is always the staple. So we've got photography in there. Lower end people will include 2D floor plans pretty commonly, or they'll include digital products like the HDPhotoHub marketing kit or virtual twilight or maybe an editing enhancement. Basically something that isn't going to take a lot more time on site and has a lower cost point to produce. The 2D floor plans, I think a lot of people and where we're seeing more and more of those move into packages are, utilizing Cubicasa or something similar for the quick scanning to be able to create that floor plan without a lot of overhead involved in it. In medium packages, so I kind of like to work off of the set of three. I will say it's not uncommon to see a business with 5 packages or 6 packages, or really just kind of putting together what they want and how they want to offer it. I'm always going to be a proponent of that power of three, and really saying, like, setting a goal and a focus of, I want my most popular product to be my middle package. And so we'll kind of talk about that as I build some of these other ones out, and what to include and how to price them to make that the reality. But don't feel limited. It's just sort of, in my opinion, best practice to kind of set it up and keep things easier for your clients, so that the packages are actually helping make them make less decisions, not more decisions, right? You don't want them to feel overwhelmed and unsure and create that friction of, well, I don't know what I should order. Instead, use the packages as a good way to help guide them. Okay. So in the medium packages, really seeing, again, photography, of course, but then you would start to get into businesses offering maybe some aerial photos, maybe 3D floor plans, sometimes some aerial video in there. But for the most part, the medium packages kind of steered away from video. I would say, of course, it depends on what, you as a business. If video is really prominent and that's very common and something that you want to be doing on the majority of your listings, I think it's great to put it in there and then have maybe something in your premium package that moves it up a level above. But being able to get in and offer up, what are the products that you want to have consistently on your deliveries back. If you can say, hey, I want these services to be my my best and most popular. And once you get into that middle package, really put some emphasis on thinking about, okay, how much more time on site does it take for me to capture a video versus capturing aerial? How much more margin do I have between those products if I want to consider offering a discount on the package? And really be thinking, kind of beyond just like, well, it'd be great if I had this really high dollar that everybody was ordering. That'd be awesome. Like, don't forget how it impacts your availability, your time, your margins, and things as well. Particularly as you think about, do you want to offer discount or not? Something that's super interesting is not everybody offers discounts on packages. Some people just use them as a way to be able to package up items together, and hey, it costs the same, but it's more convenient to order, and that's okay. That's a fine strategy to use. I would lean away from doing too heavy in the discounts, because anything that you're discounting there, you're just pulling from your margin. And I don't know. I think if people are going to order it and if it's value to them, then you can present it in that light, and they'll go ahead and do that. So I would be careful on discounting too much. In the large packages, I would say that's where it was more common to see video, more common to see some of the 3D floor plans, maybe more common to see photo counts go up. I'm not super big on bumping the photo counts between packages, a little bit, but not like, I don't like to have that be the main differentiator between the packages, is just more photos, because I feel like it kind of limits what the package is offering overall. I don't think it creates the distinction that I think what it is really sort of best for you to be creating to really funnel people into choosing that middle option of where you want them to end. Okay, so all of that said, to talk about price strategies and high and low, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen, and we'll do some of the kind of like, how do you create a package and what do we want to include, and I'll talk a little bit more about some of the price psychology stuff on the back end too. All right, so let's jump in. Got this set up. Okay. So we're here inside the demo account under business and shopping cart. And I went ahead and created a couple quick new categories here. You guys didn't have to watch me create those and labor through that. So I created gold, silver, bronze. That's going to be what I'm going to go for with the packages. One thing to notice, so you can see I've got kind of gold all the way at the top, silver, bronze. That's the order I want to present them in to create some of that framing. So our highest priced package first, and then into our middle, which is the one that we're going to sort of focus on trying to get the most sales for. And then our bronze is sort of like Okay, if you're not going for our middle, we're really hoping that you're going to get our bronze because we don't want you to go all the way down to a la carte. If we can sell you more at once, we definitely want to. As I create these though, I'm going to go and do the reverse. So we'll start with our low one that we're going to create and get this going. So you'll notice that since the package release, you've got a new option that's to the right here. So we've got a new bronze product versus a new bronze package. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and create a package. And this screen will look pretty familiar, but there's a few little tweaks and things that you'll notice throughout it. So I'm going to go ahead and just name this the bronze package. That. All right. And for the description, I'm going to leave it blank. I'm going to go ahead and just leverage our ability to show the list of included products for it. You can do both. So you can either hide the included products or show them. I'll show what those look like on the actual shopping cart as we get a little bit further along. But basically, it's like a bullet list of what products you're putting in there. So you can choose to do that, or you can choose to kind of format it however you want in the actual description, or if you want to add some extra description there. Here it'll ask for the price of the package. I'm going to skip it for now and come back to it after we add a few of our components and we kind of decide what we want to do from a discount basis. You'll kind of see that on the next page that I move over to. Something you'll notice here, the time of site is, or time on site is missing. And so that's actually going to be calculated from the individual components that we add to it. So if you add 3 products, they all take an hour each, then the time on site for the package is going to be 3 hours. Our square footage range, so something that's noteworthy here, if you want to have products that are based on square footage in your package, then it's best to go ahead and set up that square footage range on your package product as well. And so the square footage from individual products doesn't pull over when you include it into a package. So the system's going to be looking at what you set for the actual package product on whether or not it should display. And then, of course, our active status. Packages can have the same ability in here to have them either active or inactive or hidden, if you do no price, and then be able to show them based on a price tier. So yeah, I think we are good on that. So let's see, let's go ahead and add some products to our package, and then we'll kind of circle back and look at the price and things. So to add products, you come in on the package products tab and you come to this drop down and you've got your packages in here. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat on mine a little bit today and just pick the 20 photos with HDR edit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go to the 1500 square foot because I know that we've got a price tier on that one. And then, as we mentioned, I think we'll go ahead and just add. I kind of skipped over it. Add our floor plan. I'm going to pick the add-on floor plan product here. So, and let's do marketing kit too. Okay. So we've got our 3 products chosen here. You'll see it'll package up and total up the prices of each individual product along the way. And you'll notice down here it's saying package price is $0 because we didn't set one on the last screen. And so the discount is the full amount. So we definitely don't want to do that, right? So we're going to adjust that. But being at this level, something that I think I want to do from a pricing standpoint on this. So we've got, $150 for photography, $100 for the floor plan, extra $20 on the marketing kit, is we'll just go ahead and discount this by $19.99. And so we're going to price this package at $250. So when we come back up to price details, for the price, we're going to say it's $250. And for a little icon, I think maybe we'll pick the box. And now we come back over to package products. We'll see that the total for all the products included is $269.99. The package is actually $250. The discount's $19.99. In this case, from a business situation and perspective of, okay, why discount $19.99? Mainly just going to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? We're going to include a marketing kit in this. My actual cost for a marketing kit upgrade, if I'm already doing the delivery, depending on the level that you're buying credits, is really only around $7. And so we're able to show them pretty good value of right? So it's $20 cheaper if I buy this package. where you only have $7 more in cost from a hard cost standpoint. And that way, the thing that I'm including, I don't need to worry about, do I need to, if I'm going to charge my client less, do I need to adjust the pricing of my team member or anything like that? Like how much I'm paying somebody, is my margins too thin to where I need to discount that? Like I don't want to have to do that. I want to always be able to pay my people the same. And so I'm looking at, in this case, discounting it based off a digital product here. And all right, so when we move down to price tiers, you will see that at our gold level, you'll notice that we're actually pricing it high. So with the package being priced at $250, the total of the package products included, so I know that there's a discount on that photography level. It's actually $30 more. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and just bring this down to, I don't know, maybe $214.99. So they're going to get a $5 more discount than they typically would on those packages if they're ordering all the individual components because of the special pricing that they're already on. So their discount isn't as great as everybody else, but that's okay because we're already giving them an a la carte discount. So don't get a double discount on us. Here, if you wanted to change the price of the products, you definitely could, or the price of the package for other price tiers. So if you want to adjust that up or down, you can. I'm only going to do it for that one gold pricing level situation. Dependencies are going to work the same. So you can make it an add-on product, you can make it a removal, you can leave it as non-dependent. One thing that's noteworthy is on the packages. If you have a package that includes the same product, then what will happen when a package is picked is the other packages that may include that product will go into like a disabled state, so they can't be picked. I'll kind of show you based on maybe the aerial piece, how that works and how that happens. Workflow tasks. So most noteworthy here. So all of your workflow tasks from your normal products are going to come over. So if you normally have photo editing turned on and some quality assurance on the orders, those are all fine. And you actually don't need to add those in the package again. The system will recognize that you have products that already have those on there and add them on the summary page when you do so. So the main thing to add here would be if you're including anything like above and beyond on the package, like if you're including like a post to social media for some extra exposure or something, then you might throw a workflow task in here where you don't really have a product that represents that. It's just something you do when they add this package. You could choose a workflow task here to represent that and let you kind of remind yourself that that needs to happen when that product is being ordered. Okay, let's see. So we've got our pricing set. And we're just going to go ahead and roll with the 1,500 square foot as our option. And we're going to set up our next packages. So something that I kind of glossed over here is setting up like a category for each package. Mainly doing that for the way that it's going to present on the shopping cart to give them a little bit more weight and be able to give them their own visual example as part of the category. So when we get in and do that, it'll make sense here once I start uploading some other pieces. You can certainly have a single, like just one category that represents all your different package options. That's fine. This is just one of the ways that we kind of recommend doing it and being able to show it off. Okay, so for our silver package, I'm going to go a little bit quicker here. Whoops. I just created a product. Here we go. So we'll get in and we've got our silver package. And we are going to add our products. Again, we're going to do that, our basic photography. And in this case, I want to add some aerial. So we'll go ahead and add aerial. And we're going to add the marketing kit. And we'll go ahead and add the floor plan too. Personally, I like it as you just sort of build, build packages to include more so that when they're looking at it and they're saying, okay, so what's the difference between these packages? Okay, I'm getting more services. I think if you change the services too much, like in the case I kind of mentioned where it's not my favorite thing to change the number of photos between the different services because I think it just kind of leads to a spot where they have to think a little bit more and it's not more of just like an add remove type situation. What do you got, Shae? You got some input on that?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. Just checking.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So that's the way that I like to do it, and that way you can kind of stair step them up. But you'll see where I go, not necessarily against that, but I don't. It's not so much of a stair stepping up once we get to the premium level. Again, it's more about creating that framing. But this is the package that we want to sell the most of. So it's going to be photos, drone, floor plan, marketing kits included. Again, we don't have to do much from a discounting standpoint here. I think we'll go ahead and just do the same thing where we're going to discount it by $19.99. And so that will be what, $394 minus, what are we going to get down to? $375. So we're going to come back and price it. And again, if you know your products better, this is demo account. I don't know. I don't have all the products memorized in here. You can always set your price right on the fly. Or if you're creating special broker products, again, we can have that price be hidden here and then set the price under price tiers just like you would on a normal product. Let's see, how did I do? Math worked, perfect. So we got a $19.99 discount. Again, so we're not giving up. Again, we're not giving up any different levels of margin here between our standard product and our bronze package and our silver package in this case, given the same discount, even though we're including more products. Again, it's more about the convenience and how you're displaying it to them and just saying, hey, this is a great package and this is the middle option, that I think is really, really strong, and maybe a spot where I think that businesses lean too heavy into saying, hey, I want to discount this more. Um, yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, Shay, I thought you were going to jump in and say something.
No, I think no. You probably see me unmute myself there.
No, you're good. You're
Oh
good.
no, no, yeah, I had to clear my throat, so I muted myself and jumped back
Oh,
in
okay.
here.
All
Yeah,
right. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All
Sorry, I
right.
threw you off there. My bad.
No, it's all good. Again, kind of same idea here. We're just going to bring that gold level pricing into the area that makes sense for them. So they're still getting at least a little bit more discount than they normally are, but we don't need to go crazy because we're already giving them discounts on other products. I don't have any dependencies to add. I don't have any workflows tasks to add, so I'll spare you guys stepping through that screen. We're going to go ahead and create our gold package. And so the third package, and the one that you lead with, is, in my opinion, the most powerful thing that it does is it sets the stage, or it sets the framing, quote unquote, for all the other packages. So if we come out and have a really strong package that has a lot of our premium offerings in it, like, yes, the price point's going to be high. Uh, but again, you'll kind of see once we get over to actually looking at this on the shopping cart, that what it's going to do is it's going to get people looking at that and going, oh my gosh, okay, they've got some expensive options. Okay. And then they're going to look at the very next one and go, oh, geez, that doesn't feel so bad. Because you have so many other things in this package, the goal of this package is to really direct people towards that mid tier and make it feel like it's the right option for them, and that this package is maybe a step beyond. But also that when this package does get ordered, you're like, good, I got it. Like somebody with a great listing that really wants to take full advantage of everything that we offer. Like, I'm excited that this person is down to invest in their marketing, and that's good. That's a win-win. That person was happy to order it. They've got a special listing. They're ready to really like take to that next level. And you've got an order that's got all sorts of components that you love to put out there. So we'll go ahead and get this set up. All right, so our package products here. We're going to come in and we're still going to do the same photography piece. But in this case, let's go ahead and add 10 photos. So we are adding a little bit more photos, even though I don't tend to do that. But again, this is that premium level where we want to really kind of push that price point up a little bit, and make sure that, they know that they're kind of getting the top of the top. But again, the whole goal is to kind of set the framing correctly. So we're going to add that floor plan. We're going to add drone. And we are going to add some Matterport. And in this case, let's go ahead and we'll get our marketing kit on here. And we'll do an exterior twilight. So almost $1,000 there. In this case, we'll do a little bit more of a discount, right? Like we know that we're leaning in and we can say, hey, let's give them a little bit more value for coming in and adjusting those. Okay, so in this case, I'd say maybe we want to price it around $9.50. We could probably even go down to $9.25 if we really wanted to, with all those additional services in there, but I'll leave it $9.50 and call it good. All right, so we are giving them a $44 discount. So it's about double the discount that we were seeing on the other ones, which I think will work out nice. Okay.
Have you,
Yeah,
let me jump in there.
yeah.
Have you touched on the name overrides yet?
No, not yet. I was gonna show it and then
Okay.
come back in
Okay.
and do a little
I
adjustment.
jumped in front of that. All
No,
right.
you're
I got
good.
excited.
I didn't mention it on the first one, so during the second one, that's what I decided I was gonna do. Just a little bit on the fly update. But yeah, there is a way to override some of these, and it'll make sense here in a second as soon as we show it on why that would be interesting and why you might want to use that. So we've got our gold, silver, bronze. So something that I wanted to come in and show, as I mentioned, wanted to have some the ability to add some images here that are really specific to those. Something else that that we've been talking about is sort of that power of three and how presenting three options kind of filters people to the middle. So this cart by default is set to 2 columns wide. So I'm going to come in and do a column with override and go ahead and go 3 columns wide with this so that we're going to get our 3 packages in a row. Now, if you're doing just a single category for packages, you might want to override it the opposite to where you just do a single column that goes full width and present your packages, and then other pieces can appear below. This is how we are going to go with this one though. And in this case, we're also going to hide the name of the categories because we've got it built into our fancy little image down here. So we will do that for each of these. And be able to go and check this out on the actual shopping cart. Whoops, 3. Did I do 3 on the last one, Shae? Were you watching?
Oh, so I was answering a question.
Yeah,
Nope.
that's all right.
You're
Yeah.
on your own there.
No, I did 2. Okay. Caught myself. Okay. So we've got the 3 set up. We've got our different packages. We've got this one based on square footage. The other 2, we didn't add that piece in yet, but let's go ahead and take a look at how this ends up looking on the actual shopping cart. So we'll pick our square footage, and I didn't include them in our cart. There we go. So here, if you've got carts where you're turning products on and off, you may need to come into the product categories to be able to turn those back on. I did that. Let's make sure that we're good now. Okay, so now we've got our 3 categories that are showing. Again, we've kind of used that cart override to be able to make them all show at once. And definitely you can see, we've got our gold package that really has a lot of things going on it. And oops, I should go adjust our silver and our bronze to get this a little bit better. But you'll see, right, it's really a high price point. Then we kind of move over and say, okay, this is getting a little bit more into my budget, more than double in this case. And again, it's really to like kind of set the stage and move people looking over here and say, okay, what do I need? The other thing that I see people do that really tends to work well is calling out their middle package as their most popular or the recommended. Again, anytime that you can kind of guide people when they come here and they go, I don't really know what I should order, you get the case of wanting to add some of these. So you'll notice that in our list of products that we added, I was kind of working off and just adding what our add-on products would be as I was building these out. So we've got add a floor plan, we've got add a drone photography, add a floor plan. So something that Shae asked if I was going to show is the way to override those actual names. So we do have a way to do that. So if we come to our bronze package and we go over to our package products, here I can take add a floor plan and just go down to floor plan and have that make a little bit more sense for them on that particular one. while I'm in here, I think I'll go ahead and hide the name of bronze and silver. We'll get a little bit more of our symmetry going on when I refresh back there. And so with that override, you'll see that it's going to change how it displays here. So even though it's the same product that was our add a floor plan product, in this case in the package, it makes sense just to call it out as a floor plan. You know, also in this case where we don't have the photography included in the photography category, that kind of lets you know what it is. Again, great opportunity to come in and override that to say photography. And same with over here, we've got photography and Matterport that are both kind of named the same piece there. We'd want to override those to photography, override those to Matterport. So the override functionality can be handy, especially if you have your shopping cart really set up with a lot of add-ons. So a couple pieces that I want to call out now that we've kind of made it in this far is if you're a business that has products that are created as packages today. All right, so for example, if I open up this where it's like photography and Matterport, I just have it as a single product. It's not a package product. Notice it doesn't have anything additional over here. It's really just I made up a product that I'm including as, you know, multiple offerings. That's totally fine. Like if that's working for you and you're happy with the setup, there's really no need for you to say, okay, I'm going to go and revamp and use the new HDPhotoHub functionality because they put it out there. It's actually okay. Like you can save yourself the effort. You don't need to go and make that adjustment unless something that you're missing is being able to assign some of those individual components to specific team members. So you'll see when we do it in this case where they're part of packages, you'll get the little puzzle piece package icon here. You can hover it and see what package that it's included in. So we've got the add floor plan in the 3 different packages. The add 10 photos is just in the one. But those can all then have their independent team member setups. So who's assigned, what they get paid can all pull directly from the product. And you can also have different people executing different pieces of that package on the actual shoot. So if that's something that's important to you, this setup can help you with that and make it be a little bit smoother than maybe what you have in there today. Otherwise, I would say, you know, hey, next time you want to add a package, give it a try. If you want to convert your other ones, great. But if you don't have that need, just because we introduced this doesn't mean that you should go do it. Just means that in the future, it's going to be easier for you to create packages based on products that you already have out there. Let's see, I've got a couple other pieces that I know I wanted to touch on. Yeah, so let's take a look at, so we've got our package and all of these have the floor plan in them. So notice when I choose this product, these two muted. And so it says, hey, you can't be combined with another package. So it realizes the system's doing that because of the different floor plans that are in there. As soon as that it's shared, yeah, we've got some dependency stuff that isn't fully set up down here, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's just something that's noteworthy. You can have those removed, like fully removed too, if you don't, you know, if you want to just completely hide them, you can still use the dependency piece to be able to do that. We just thought this was a little bit more elegant way to handle that particular piece and not have pieces of the shopping cart move around based on what was selected and based on what wasn't, just since we know which products are actually included in there, that we can make that a little bit easier to function there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get an order with a package place, and we'll go kind of take a look at what's going on the site summary page for managing those orders. How does it look on the invoice? And also something else that I wanted to talk about was the product performance report. So we're going to talk about that from 2 different kind of standpoints. One, how to use it to maybe think about if you are going to introduce packages and you don't have any out there today, of what you might want to include, but also how you can kind of tweak how the reporting comes back based on if you have packages or not. So I'm going to go ahead and just order this package. And then we'll be able to take a look at those settings. So in the shopping cart, in this piece, I should probably call this out again for when you're doing packages, when you add those individual components, if you have the photographer selection displayed, and it can be, a photographer that does any of the products, then you're going to see it like this. If you've got the situation where you only show photographers who can do all products, of course, Eddy Editor wouldn't show, and just these three photographers would be your option. If you have your products, if you have it hidden, it'll work just like it does today on this photographer selection piece, is it's going to default to the scheduling of people that offer all of the products that are part of the package. So just a quick aside before I move on. Okay. So it'll give them a call out of how much they save, similar to how that works in price tiers, being able to let them know about that savings. And we'll go ahead and get this put in. So we'll see a few things once we go into manage this. We'll see some workflow tasks that are already assigned and associated with some of the products that I selected will come in. And we'll be able to see how a package is represented in this piece. So a couple pieces here. You'll see that the actual package line in the order management is going to show the discount that was provided. When your client looks at their invoice, it does not appear that way. Instead, they'll go ahead and see the package. They'll see the components if you left those included. Again, the override names are going to be present on the invoice as well. So if you do overriding, and the regular price and the price that they were actually charged will be displayed in here. So yeah, if you're not, when you get to this page, if you see the discount piece, that's basically how we can represent it and how you can control if you want more or less discount regardless of the number of components that you've added. So if you feel like you want to increase a discount because you were talking with the agent, you certainly can. This is where you can manage and adjust it. So you'll notice that you can't change the actual package to something else. Instead, you would cancel it and then add it as a product line down here. So when we go to add products, I'll kind of go through some of that flow here. You'll be able to see where those are added. But again, we've got our workflow tasks of our individual pieces down here. And you can tell the puzzle piece icon is indicating that those are pieces of a package, and you've got your kind of package icon up there. Shout out to Nikki and her Christmas love for, we've got like the gift package up there.
She loves her some Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. It's decorated early there.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay. So represented, you can come in and change individual components. That's on you. And the package discount will still remain as it is. So if we increase the photography or if we added like another product to it, those are all going to be independent changes. So if we said, hey, this is no longer just a floor plan, this is now going to be a 3D, you would, if that's how you change it, then you'd want to change how you want to handle, like, is it what the package is called, those pieces as well. So it'll let you override those. Something else, so if you do need to cancel it and change it to a different one, as soon as you go to cancel this piece, it'll just give you a confirmation of, yep, go ahead and cancel all the products in the package, or no, I only want to cancel the package line. Turns out we're taking drone out and adjusting the pricing or whatever. And then you've got your never mind for the cancel. Let's see, if you do cancel it, you can add it back. You can add packages back in, or if we had the case where we just need to add a package. So when you add a product line here, you can come and you'll be able to choose gold, silver packages. In this case, if we add the silver package, we'll see that when that package is added, we're going to get our discount line plus our other pieces here. And if we cancel this package, and we can say, yep, cancel all of the products that are part of that package, it'll make the adjustment to all of them on there. Let's see. So let's go and take a look at the product performance report, and then we'll go ahead and start opening it up to Q&A. If you guys have questions, there we go, and want to get those asked and answered live, go ahead and feed them in there now while you're thinking about it. We'll get those handled.
Yeah, shoot them my way.
Yep, get them in there. I think Shae's combing the list now for all the good ones, right? Let's see. So under business and reports, you've got your product performance report. So I mentioned earlier, If you're not offering packages today, this is a great place to come and take a look at what products are selling, what ones aren't. Obviously, demo account, so there's not a ton of data in here, but you can still see like, okay, whenever Ian's placing demo orders, he's very commonly picking the 1,500 square feet or maybe the 2,500 square feet product. It looks like the add-on that I pick most commonly is the drone photography. So, you can see this data for your clients, and that'll give you a good just heads up on, okay, what do we want to put in there? How do we want to adjust it? Something that's interesting about this report too is you can sort it either by highest revenue, or you can say largest of, which is basically like, how frequent are those being included on an order. So we've got our quality check and our delivery stuff on those orders, of course. But then we've got, okay, so we can see that we did quite a few marketing kits, even though that they didn't produce the same revenue as photography, but you can see the higher quantity things. And so you can kind of mix that up depending on, what you're looking for and what you want to include in the products. But I would definitely take a look at this report. Also, one other just aside on this report, if you're trying to simplify your shopping cart, coming here every, once a year or twice a year and taking a look at what products are really kind of like your lower sellers and saying, do I really need to offer that if nobody is wanting to buy it, or do I need to have it visible on my shopping cart? A big benefit of adding packages is it just does make it easier for your clients to be able to, order and kind of limit the number of decisions that they have to make along the way. And so if you can reduce some of your product offerings by maybe tossing it into a package or just saying, hey, people don't really buy that, but I've got that one guy that always wants it. I can make it a hidden product and only show it for him, or maybe I can pull it off the shopping cart entirely, see if they still want to order it. Highly recommend taking a look at this report for your business and just seeing what stands out to you, what makes sense. But it is a great spot to come and say, all right, in the package I want to sell the most. Again, you probably on that middle package, you want to be trying to push it up so you increase your average order value. So something else that you may look at is on your dashboard, what is your average order value today? From your notes, ours is really simple math here because we've just got that one order in April so far in this account. So 263.35. So my middle package, I would want to have priced above that 263.35 because that's the one that we're going to try to funnel people into and have get it to where we're starting to push our average order value actually up. Okay, so we've got the package on here. And where is it? Let me bump this out one more day. So there we go. So we've got our bronze package on here, and you'll see by default, it's going to show as its discount. And so you can come down and say, okay, I can see how many packages I ordered. It's not right in the revenue standpoint. It isn't showing all the way up at the top because it's just showing the discount piece. But if we come in and say, okay, we want the package items broken out, or we want them actually packaged and merged together. So if we do this, rather than showing like an 8 in our 1,500 square feet product here, you're going to see that that's going to reduce down to 7. And our package is now going to be included at its full price here of the amount that it's billed. It just depends, I would say, on what you're doing and what data you're looking for at that time, on which ways you want it to go, whether it's merged or whether they're separated. Both can be useful depending on what you're trying to do. But all right, so Shae, I think we've got a couple minutes for questions. What do we have?
Well, actually, you covered a majority of them that came in early, so great job. Yeah, that's
Thank
good.
you, thank you.
I got a couple here.
All right,
One of them, I guess, it's not even related necessarily to packages, but
sure.
it came up just based on your kind of recommendation that you had of kind of setting the stage with the your most expensive package
Yeah.
up front. And so they were just asking, do they have to delete all their categories to add, to change the order?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely
no,
don't.
definitely not. Definitely, yeah,
No,
please don't do that. That sounds like
yeah,
so much work.
it does.
Yeah, so if you put your mouse here, you'll see it changes to that little like arrow up and down. You can actually drag and rearrange these. So if we did want to do maybe the more traditional approach that has lowest price, middle price, high price, you just drag and drop those. Fun fact, really crazy, you can also drag and drop the products, but you can also move them category to category if you need to for some reason. So if you did something, I don't know, probably the times that I use that most is if I'm trying to duplicate a category and use some of those products from there. I might duplicate it and then drag and drop into other areas. Like say you had some add-ons that you wanted to add to packages, might be useful to just duplicate, say, I don't know, the drone photography product in here and then drag it up as an add-on in one of these other ones. But yeah, yeah, good question. Good.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please don't. No, you don't have
That
to
gets
delete them and
overlooked a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Don't do
please don't.
that. Don't do
No.
that. Please drag them around.
Right.
Yeah. What else do we have?
Yeah, and then you may have touched on this one. This one was asking about if they can have add-ons to a package, just like you can a product.
Mm, yeah, absolutely. You can. So let's see. Let me get these back. Apparently, I'm OCD and I just can't stand it the other way. Let's say that for the bronze package, we wanted to give the ability to add drone photography to sort of that same piece. If I was to do that and I wanted to present kind of similar to what we do like in this setup where we've got the add-ons there, I would come in and I would duplicate our drone photography product. And so we can say copy, and that's going to put it at the bottom of our shopping cart. We'll see it or the bottom of that category that it was copied in. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it up. And I'm going to use that nifty little trick that I mentioned where you can drag it up into a new category. And I'll show you guys a couple little, I guess, given the recent holiday, a quick little Easter egg. So you may have
Nice.
noticed when I click this that these are indented over here, and you'd say, geez, that's cool. It makes them look like they're part of that product, and those are things that you add on. To be able to do that, you add a space here. So there is actually a space. And so if I was adding this name fresh, I would go space first and then add drone photography. We're going to get rid of our copy here. And we're going to make this a dependency. That is an add-on. And because we copied it, some of that stuff was already there, but we're going to make it an add-on to the bronze package. And let's make sure we don't have anything else. And so now if we come over to our bronze package, so just like if you were setting up a dependency for a regular product, you can have those there. And so basically this would sort of be like this person upgrading it into this package. By doing that, easy enough to do and add some extra upsells along the way if you want. If you wanted a package to be like its own upgrade to somebody else or to another product, you can also have like a package that is a that is an upgrade to something as well. Rather than doing it, so here I did it kind of at the add-on level, you'd actually be setting that at the package level. So if it made sense and you wanted this to be like a package that could only be added if they're ordering something specific, like maybe it was, I don't know, a bundle of products that get included as like video enhancement type of things, you could technically create a package to be able to do that. Okay. What else do we have?
Let me see what else. I mean, gosh, most of them I think we've covered. I had
Yeah.
one more came in here. I guess well, there could be some broad appeal to this one. They wanted us to know how the time on site for a package is set.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it comes from each of its component pieces. So you'll see when we're in here editing, we've got no time on site drop down here. So it's actually going to come from the components, and it kind of makes sense when you look at it from your kind of order view instead, right? So when your package gets created, rather than the package having time on site, it's each of the component pieces have their own time on site, and then those can get scheduled and moved around independently as well. So if you did break up this package to have two people come out and do it, you have 15-minute, for one person and the 30-minute for the photos on another. So just a piece of adding the components. It's going to use the default that's there.
yeah. I
Awesome.
think that pretty well covers the ones I had. There, I see a couple more questions coming in. Sorry guys, probably won't be able to get to those. I will pull those out and I'll follow up with you guys after in an email. So sorry if I don't respond right now. I'll get back to you later on those.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shae. Appreciate you running the Q&A. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully this was insightful for you guys on a couple levels, maybe how to use some framing of packages in your business. If you're not using packages yet in your business, to definitely go and do it. I'm telling you, it's an easy path to increasing your average order value. Highly, highly recommend doing it. And maybe some insight into, if you're not using packages, of, well, what's common that people are putting in there. These are what we're seeing as kind of patterns out there among some of the high producing businesses. So definitely something to kind of look at and consider. But again, make sure that it makes sense for your business. Consider the margin that you have on there, especially when you're looking at discounting. Make sure that you're not, you don't want to be at the end of the year, if you sold a bunch of packages, you don't want to be unhappy that you did that. So make sure that it fits and makes good sense in your business. But it's a great way to get that average order value up, and get your agents exposed to more of the product offerings that you have, and just having a nice, easy, convenient way for them to be able to order. Well, awesome. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Shae, thank you for your help. And we
course.
hope, yeah, thank you for being customers of HDPhotoHub. We appreciate your business. If you have any questions or anything to follow up on, and if you didn't drop it in the Q&A, then be sure to just shoot it over to our support team. We'll take a look and help you out and get in touch. So thank you guys very much. Have a great rest of the week.